was only a short 3-hour flight from New Zealand to Fiji. I had arranged to be crew on a sailing yacht. She was about to make her passage from the South Pacific islands of Polynesia back home to New Zealand. I took a taxi to Vanda Point Marina, where I met up with Summer Soul and the rest of her crew. Summer Soul is a 43-foot sloop designed by Jim Young. It wasn't long before the departure formalities were completed and we were headed out of the harbour entrance.
Thank you.
There was a favourable breeze, so we set sail and headed southwards. Towards evening, the wind eased, so we motor-sailed into the spectacular sunset. We settled into a regular night watch routine, which was memorable for the interminable glow of the binnacle compass and the light of the full moon overhead. The next morning the conditions were good for sailing and we settled into our regular tasks, such as plotting our course and keeping track of progress, and preparing and cooking meals. We filled in the hours telling stories.
Got the ankles holding him over and didn't see much after that. It was very bright.
And so the miles rolled on. On the third day of our voyage, we finally ran out of wind and started getting a little tired of the tropical heat. So we stopped the boat and went for a swim. For the next few days, we enjoyed the continuing mild subtropical conditions. Eventually it got colder and more changeable as we clocked up the miles southwards.
Now we're just approaching a line of squalls here, so the weather looks to be turning a little bit more boisterous.
Cooking was made difficult when the boat was heeling over and pounding into the waves. But we were gradually ticking off the miles to our destination.
How far away are we? 496 nautical miles to Whangarei. I never thought I'd be so happy to say that.
We started to see more wildlife as we gradually got closer to New Zealand. Besides the mollymawks, we also saw pilot whales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two of them over there.
There it goes, there they go.
Two of them over there. Oh, yes.
And to finish the day, we were treated to another spectacular sunset. The next day, our 8th at sea, the wind dropped out completely and we motored into a calm, oily sea.
Same here, guys.
After a week at sea, we were hankering for a good feed.
Oh, Bruce is winding me up, mate. Steak, eggs and chips when we get to Marsden Point. I can't stop thinking about it, eh?
He's dreaming about it.
So we were full of anticipation when we finally hooked into something with the fishing lure that we were trolling. It turned out to be an albacore tuna, which made for very good eating later that evening.
Still there. Look at that, Jake. Hey.
The morning of the 9th day saw us sailing along briskly. The wind was forecast to build ahead of an approaching front, and we anticipated some heavy weather sailing. The wind and waves continued to build, making for some lively sailing.
Okay, so it's northwesterly winds picked up to about gale force now. And we're about
about 150 miles from New Zealand. Getting to be fairly hard work and wet too. By the next day, the conditions were cooler but more pleasant as we approached New Zealand. We had sailed over 1,200 miles and were anticipating our first sight of land since leaving Fiji.
Hey, we just spotted land up here, Four Nights Islands, so we're coming into Whangarei. Been 9 days in the South Pacific from Fiji. It's been a very good trip. The sun's setting, we'll all be on land tonight, tomorrow morning, so we're pretty happy. It's been a good trip.
I got summer in my soul to live the life that's my own. Watch your course and head out on the sea. Got a weatherman in my head, cash your lines up is what he says. Don't look back, set a waypoint. Don't look back, set a waypoint just ahead. Don't look back, set a waypoint. Don't look back, set a waypoint, just ahead. Don't look back, don't look back. Don't look back.